How you doing? Thanks again for listening to one of my YouTube channels. And today we're going to talk about problems, right? As you guys know, I'm known as an expert in the economy and businesses, and I've opened thousands of businesses throughout the year. And just want to share a little insight with you guys. Is one thing we need to think about. A lot of times we don't want to talk about this subject, but problems, right? Now problems come and problems go, right? But an important thing to know is any business that you're going to start, I always recommend to people before you start your business, first of all, you need to know your goals. You also need to know the pros and cons. So with the pros and cons comes the good things and the bad things, right? And when I say problems, depending on what industry you're in, you need to know what problems you can face so that you can prepare for these problems. For an example, if you're going to start like a restaurant, right? Depending what type of food it may be, you got to think about a whole bunch of things, right? What can go good, what can go wrong? Okay, say my market's going to be, first of all, I'm going to start this business. I need to find vendors, I need to find a location, I need to find chefs, I need to find my staff, all these things, right? Then you got to think, okay, what can go wrong? Well, I'm going to have problems finding workers, employee retention. I might have some problem with theft. I might have some problems with various things, right? And every field is different, right? Exactly. Let's switch over to construction. Construction industry as well is a little different as well. Let's say you're new and you were in a contract and you decided to branch out and start your own company. Now let's think about it. What can go right, what can go wrong? First of all, you have to get all your licenses in order. Be aware what you need and what you're required by each locality, by each state. States vary, right? So first of all, you got to open the company with the SEC, get your EIN number, get all the local licenses, get all the state licenses, and then naturally register with any agencies that in Virginia is different from Florida per se. Register with each branch of government that you need to, get all the appropriate licenses, and then naturally get out there and get work, right? A lot of times then people, okay, I'm gonna go get propaganda, work, this, that. Okay, perfect, that's your plan. You got your business plan. But also think about what you're gonna face, right? You're gonna face that, okay, if you're gonna go look for big jobs, maybe they're gonna want you to buy materials, maybe they're gonna pay you net 30, net 45. So you're gonna have to be able to think, oh shoot, I'm not gonna get paid on a weekly basis. I have to pay people on a weekly basis. So I need to have some money set aside to pay my employees if I'm gonna go that route. Or do you just stick to small jobs knowing that, okay, I'll be able to get paid weekly or get paid when I finish this job. So there's a lot of things you need to think about. And when I say problems, there's problems. Life is never perfect, right? There's problems in everything that we do. So we just talked really quick about like, a restaurant and really quick about construction, but any business that you pick, there is problems that you can face. So it's always good to sit back, research as far as what the pros and cons, like I said, is a good term, but I call them problems for the sake of this video, and see what they are. Because when they come, it's better to be planned and know already, like, okay, I know that this can possibly happen, right? I know that, let's say most restaurants generally are slower in this time of year right now. You know, kids go back to school, October, November, December. December, someone might have parties for Christmas holidays. But if you know this already, you're gonna plan throughout the year when you're making money, put money aside for the slower months. So it's always good to know what to prepare for, rather than when it comes, be like, oh shoot, what do I do? So when I talk about problems and being prepared, it's super, super important. And again, like I said, in any industry that it is. Real estate, I do a ton of business and transactions in real estate on a monthly basis, right? Same thing, we plan. So naturally we think the same time, we buy a house, we break down, we do an inspection, we're gonna fix this. What happens? We already know that we're going to encounter other things like, oh shoot, wow, we took apart this floor and this whole, floored system and all the joists and everything are bad. Let's do it. So you have to always plan and be prepared for when things come. Number one, you have the money to be able to do it and pay it. And number two, you have the capacity to be able to fix it. Because sometimes you can have the money and not even know how to fix things that cross your way. And again, even in the financial industry and investors, I deal with investors as well. And there's problems we face as well. Sometimes people will give you a guarantee of something and they can't. And at the end of the day, we have to always remember that we as business owners, and I'm saying that people that are listening because you want to educate yourself and get better, we're the one that ultimately are responsible, right? I was in the tax industry for many years, and a lot of times you learn that somebody signs your tax return, it's you that did it, right? So it goes back to that we as a business owner are responsible to make sure that we pay our employees, pay our bills, pay our tax, pay all our things. And when the problems come, guess what? we have to resolve it. We have to figure out how to do that. People aren't going to do that for us. So again, repeating again, if we know these problems, we'll be able to handle them as they come our way. Is it easy? No. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Is it easy? But we'll be prepared for any problem that may come our way. And it just helps us, it just helps you be like, oh shoot, I knew this was going to happen. I'm prepared for it. Do I like it? No. But here, I have the money to resolve this. Or wow, this is what I need to do. And sometimes even start. And with employee retention, sometimes if you know that's going to be an issue and you have a good employee, take good care of them from the start. Because you already know, like in the future, like, wow, this person, once they learn, they're going to leave. So there's all ways to handle things. But if you don't know the problem's going to occur, you can't be prepared for it or even have any way of fixing it. Okay? So I feel like I said the word problem so much today, but I just want people listening to know that life is not perfect. And sometimes in business, as business owners, the public and people like family and some even friends, they might look at you and say, wow, this guy's super successful. He's got this drive in business. He's got this. And they don't know the problems that occur and come your way. So this problem thing I'm talking about is for business owners, but it's also for people that are thinking about getting into business as well. Just to do your research, look at the pros and cons of each business, look at what you need to do. We always have our long-term and short-term goals. Write them down, have a list of them, and then look at what could go wrong. Brainstorm about it and just what you think could go wrong, and then talk to somebody that's been in the industry for many years, right? And then do your little research and Google and look and see as well. And then you'll be able to look and see, okay, this problem's, you know, this is what I need to focus on. This is my business plan. This is what could possibly come. And actually focus on your plan and what you're going to do. You're not going to focus on the problem. You're just going to work hard and do it. But as they come, as they're coming your way, and you're working and you're grinding, you're doing things, as they come your way, it's be able to, okay, I know it's going to come, take care of it. You know, it's a little stressful, right? But you'll be able to handle it. So thanks again for listening in and a little video. And like I said, every week we're talking about different subjects. Just want to give back the knowledge that I've personally gained and learned throughout the years. Okay, so remember, problem, and just be prepared for those problems, and no problem is a real problem. Bye.